Algebraic equations with combining like terms and distributive property. This is a digital lesson, and this one is New Year's themed. So the lesson starts with explaining to students that algebraic equations that include like terms and distributive property are not difficult to solve. So they're going to begin solving their equations by simplifying first. They're going to combine like terms that are on the same side of the equal sign and distribute any terms outside the parentheses. And they're going to do that first. So here's an example of combining like terms. The 2x and the 7x are on the same side of the equal sign, so we can combine them. And then we have a two-step equation to go ahead and solve. Here's another example, 4y negative 6y on the same side of the equal sign. And once we combine them, then we have an easy equation to solve. So students are going to be solving some equations. We're going to start with combining like terms. They're just going to type in the box the next step in the equation. So here if we combine 15r and negative 9r, we get 6r. And they're going to type that in. 6r equals 42. If we divide both sides by 6, we get our answer of 7. Same thing on the next problem, combine like terms. We're going to put that in the box, and then we're going to solve. There's a couple more to solve on the next slide. Now each one of these variables we want to connect to the answer on the final slide, and if we do this correctly, then they will solve the New Year's riddle. So here, next slide, they have a couple more to solve. And then it explains how to distribute first before we solve. So here if we distribute our 2, we get 8x plus 6 equals 46. And then we subtract 6 from both sides and go ahead and solve the equation. So students are going to be doing that on the next few slides. Here we have 3 times I, so we have 3i negative 27, and then they can go ahead and solve. So they have a few more to solve. Now, when they get down to slides 10 and 11, they're going to have both combining like terms and distributing in the same problem. So we want to distribute first and then combine like terms. When they get down to that final slide, they have a New Year's riddle. And they're going to solve it by going back through the previous slides. When they find these answers, they're going to type in the variable that it equals. If they've done all of these correctly, they will solve the riddle. So this is the New Year's version of algebraic equations combining like terms and the distributive property.